First of all, the Lord knows how to rescue. Isn't that, in and of itself, a wonderful statement? The Lord knows how to rescue. In fact, the world out there tells us, you don't know how people can be rescued from the dying days of our age, and so it comes up with all kinds of opposing philosophies and ideas, and of course all kinds of methods by which we can save ourselves. Perhaps it's a scientific method or a technological method or a political method or whatever it is. The world is telling us, you in the church are silly to go to a God for your problems and to be rescued. But the scriptures are all about this. The Lord knows how to rescue. And of course, who is he going to rescue? It says here, the godly. Now, of course, we know that there really aren't any godly. Not on their own merits, not on their own deeds, not on their own righteousness. And so what he's talking about here are those who are living a godly life because they have been rescued by God and given the righteousness of Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit that allows them to live a godly life. And so look at the first example that he gives way back in verse 5. He says, if he did not spare the ancient world, but preserved Noah, a herald of righteousness, with 7 others when he brought a flood upon the world of the ungodly. The first one that it mentions that he rescued. Again, this is showing not just anecdotal, but documented evidence that God knows how to rescue. Here he brought a flood upon the whole world, and he rescued Noah and 7 others. Noah's wife, his 3 sons, and their wives. 8. The second example that's given is Lot. Now, I have to say, I don't think that I would necessarily want to pick Lot as the one who was the righteous person. Notice what it says here in these verses. Verse 7, if he rescued righteous Lot, he was tormented by seeing what was going on in the world around him. Aren't you? We should be. It should be a torment to us to see the wickedness of the world around us. You know, imagine right now, if I were to name several cities, you would understand what they were known for. San Francisco. What do we think of with San Francisco? We think of the licentious homosexual behavior that is there and all kinds of immoral behavior in San Francisco. Washington, D.C. We think of all the corruption that is there from every stripe and every political party. The entire corruption that takes place in our political system is egregious in the eyes of God. Las Vegas or Atlantic City, what are they known for? Greed. And those who go to gain a living without working. They just want the money. And we can name all those places, and yet all of those things that we think of in San Francisco, Washington, D.C., Las Vegas is right here in Myrtle Beach, isn't it? It's right here. We live among an ungodly people. We live among a people that is licentious, that is all kinds of immoral behavior. In fact, there are even those that come into our churches as those of faith who say it is completely acceptable to God if I'm living with somebody I'm not married to. All of these things. Imagine Lot experiencing these things. Well, we don't have to. We do too. We live in a world of licentious behavior, of greed and corruption and all kinds of lusts. And yet God can rescue people out of those things, as he rescued Lot.